What's up everybody, Henry here, and in this video we're going to be talking about another market update. I am committed to, instead of doing doom and gloom videos, is to give you the how to survive and thrive through these market shifts. So yes, the market is continuously at this point adjusting, it's shifting, it's changing. It's just because it's going down doesn't mean that your business is going to go down. And I've also been talking about ways that we can adjust and shift and make sure that you do thrive in times like this, because this was coming. I've been talking about this for a long time. So in this video, I want to give you every one of my secrets, my tools, my strategies, how you can thrive in a market just like this. So let's dive right into the video. So what's up everybody, Henry Eisenstein here. If you don't know who I am, I've done over $400 million worth of transactions over the past few years, and I make these videos because I love to support realtors. First and foremost, interest rates are still going up. We know 7-8% at this point, and they're talking about double-digit interest rates. Inventory is increasing. Finally, we are starting to see, slowly but surely, more inventory than we have seen in the past 2 years. In the last 90 days, 6 months really, we've seen such a drastic shift in the economy, and it's now time to make adjustments if you have not been making them. Today's the day. So let's talk about what adjustments to be making. So point number one, follow-up. You need to be doing more follow-up, and let me explain what I mean by this, because it's not just more picking up the phone about leads that you have currently. It's specifically calling every single lead that you've had a conversation with over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and checking in with them. Yes, going back way farther than you've gone back in the past, calling everyone, because what happens is you're probably just calling maybe the same 5, 10, 20 leads that you have that are probably most likely going to do something in the shortest time frame from now. Like they're the most motivated. This happens to a lot of realtors. You just call the most motivated leads you got, but you forgot about all the leads that you've had over the past 6, 12, 24 months, 3 years that you should be reconnecting with. And all of those people are going to list their property eventually, I promise you. In my residential business specifically, I have nearly 50,000 leads in that account. So in that account here, just 50,000 people, we'll go through that all the time and just see who sold. These are people that we've just again, 1 or 2 or 3 people that we've just forgot about in a 90-day period of time. Always. This happens every single time, and no matter how much follow-up we do, there's always gonna be a few people that we just miss, right? It sucks, but we just miss those people. We have to go back farther and farther and farther to people that we've been having conversations with over the past 2 to 5 years. So just go back farther and do more follow-up. So the counterpoint to more follow-up, okay? So kind of like point 1B, okay? Double the amount of leads that you're working with. On an average basis, if you're generating, call it a lead a day, that's 30 leads a month. It means they're probably gonna list their property soon or at some point in the future. It's not like a referral lead. But again, let's just say you're generating 1 lead a day. The goal now needs to be, you need to double down on the amount of leads you're generating, because 30 is not going to cut it anymore. You need to go from 30 to 60 to 90 to 100 plus leads a month at this point. And I'm just being honest with you, I'm talking about warm leads. I'm not talking about somebody who's going to sell their home in 2 years. I'm talking about somebody who's looking to sell their home in the next 90 days. I'm not talking about you're paying $500, $1,000, $5,000 for Facebook, Zillow, Realtor.com, or all these other lead sources that you're possibly using right now. No. From your own blood, sweat, and tears, like your efforts, you're going to generate 2, 3, 4, 5 leads a day. If you are not prospecting, if you don't have a team, right? And it's just you, and you're not prospecting on any given day, a Saturday or a Sunday, just as an example, that means your business is closed. Just because you're on the phone or picking up a call here and there doesn't mean your business is operational and or open today. Your business is open when you are prospecting. So if you're technically closed and you're wondering why you're not making more money, that's something you should look at right there. So number 1, double the follow-up, and number 2, double the amount of leads you're generating on a monthly basis. And if you're wondering on how to do these types of things, you need to be scheduling a call down in the description down below, because we talk about this stuff each and every single week about how to literally get the highest conversion rates on your follow-up and double your leads each and every single month, month after month. It's not rocket science, it's just math. And it's just systematic. It's what we exactly talk about. So make sure you schedule a call in the description down below. Point number 2, work with investors. The reason why I push investor business so much is because it's one of the only types of clientele that no matter the economy, up, down, left, right, sideways, even whatever, there are always people who are looking to invest money into real estate. And if you become the person to go to in your ecosystem, your little ecosystem, your sphere, right, your little niche, right, your world that you have here with all the networking contacts you have in that, if you become the go-to person, you will always be making money if you can master how to find off-market properties. If you can do that, you will never go hungry ever in this business, because through any economy, there's always going to be investors. And my favorite thing to do is find an off-market property that they're going to make a ton of money on and then sell it to them and double end the deal. So instead of getting paid 2% commission because it's a random deal on the market right now, like again, take a $400,000 piece of property that you're going to make 2% on, which is $8,000. Instead, I specialize in off-market properties, both residential and commercial. So I'll find a commercial property that's really worth about $2 to $2.5 million. I'll find it for 1.5 because I'm a great negotiator motivator and I can hunt down these deals with people who are super motivated to sell, super motivated because there's a ton of them out there, just like they are in the residential world. I just choose to do it in the commercial world because the commissions are 10 times the size. So I'll find a property for 1.5 million. It's really worth 2 to 2.5 today. And I know it'll be worth probably somewhere between 3 and 3.5 in the future. So they're getting a fantastic deal. And at $1.5 million deal, I'm then going to sell at 1.6 or 1.65 to my investor, and I'm going to make, my 4, 5, 6%. So $96,000 versus 2% on a $400,000 deal at what is that, 8 grand? Even if you get 2.5%, it's 10 grand. If you get 3%, it's 12 grand, and I'm going to make 96 on one deal. I'm just trying to show you that you need to start thinking differently, where instead of having to sell 17 single family houses and by the way, this is just if it hypothetically is a flip house to 400 grand, and you're going to make 3% because you're selling it to your investor. Even if you make 6% on a $400,000 house, that is still better because you're selling it to an investor who's going to, flip it for 700 or 800,000. So now you're making 6% instead of 2 or 3%. Now you're making 2 times the commission. You need to think differently in this market right now. What you've done in the past is not going to allow you to thrive in the future. The few things that will, and I'm reiterating this in this video, is sticking to the basics, being consistent with doing the basics on a daily basis. Making your calls, networking, doing your follow-up, sending out lots of contracts, and managing your money well will always allow you to thrive in every market. If you're not consistently doing it, you're wondering why you're not getting results, I don't know what else to tell you. Point number 3, work with a higher level of quality clientele. So I want to explain what I mean by this. There was an article that just came out recently talking about how many new loan applications and HELOCs that they were putting out, okay? Patrick Bet-David actually just put out a video talking about this article. And what was fascinating to me is that this is something that I've been shifting over the last, call it 12 to 24 months because I knew this was going to happen. It is shown the average right now for people who are applying for new loan applications, the average credit score is like 760 to 770 right now. Do you understand that the large majority of people who have the type of credit score are very highly qualified individuals, which means this is not just about paying their debt down on time, right? Like making their payments on time. This is an individual who most likely is making a substantial amount of money. And substantial means a few $100,000s or more, which means they're buying a more expensive piece of property. This is sort of what's keeping the economy going, which is the upper middle class, because the middle class and lower middle class are getting decimated right now with inflation. But the upper middle class, people who've been making a substantial amount of money for quite some time, are doing okay. And they're still buying properties. So this is exactly what I've been telling you to do, which is increase your price points and increase the networking that you're doing with higher level clientele. So listen, if you're not spending time with people who are making substantial amount of money, which means that your friends should be the people you're networking with. I'm not just saying your friends who you hang out with and get a drink with. I'm saying,
which actually you should be for networking purposes if you choose to do that. I'm just not a huge drinker.
What I am saying is network with doctors, attorneys, lawyers, people who are making substantial amount of money, right? High-level salespeople, entrepreneurs. You should be working with and becoming close with this level of individual, because interest rates are in, 7-8% and change or whatever they're at right now. That is going to drastically affect the purchasing power of an average everyday American. If you're wondering who's going to be buying a property right now, it's the upper middle class. The people who are making a substantial amount of money, they're not worried about having an extra $1,000 a month in their payment. They're still going to buy the home that they want. That means you need to adjust your marketing, your messaging, your networking, your calls to that level of individual. And if you're not, people like myself who are around the country are going to be doing this, and you should be doing it too. So if you want to thrive, shift the clientele, messaging, prospecting, networking that you are doing right now so you can see a better conversion rate, because those are going to be the people who do the most business during times like this. So quickly, just to reiterate, again, what you want to be doing is you want to double down on each level of the criteria we're talking about. And last but not least, for those of you who are watching this today, and you do not have a coach, I'm telling you right now, I'm not even saying to hire me. What I am saying to you is make a decision to invest in yourself before it's too late. A large majority of real estate agents are going to fall out of this business. Same thing with mortgage lenders, by the way. Just anybody really tied to the real estate business, because there's going to be less transactions that are happening over the next 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, as time goes on, because the economy is shifting and interest rates are so high, inflation is very high. If you are interested in taking your business to the next level, and listen, if you're just interested in thriving, I'm not saying just like going to $1 million a year, I'm saying just thriving in this market, making more money next year, regardless of selling more houses or not. These are strategies that we talk about each and every single week with my coaching students, and I want to just support you. Guys, listen, if you've got a lot of value out of my videos, it's about time you schedule a call, because listen, in this economy, more likely than not, you are going to sell less property next year than this year. I'm just being honest. Majority of you are probably going to. There might be a few of you who take advantage of the coaching program, or really take every bit of information out of these videos and go implement it at a high level, and you're maybe, just maybe, going to sell a few more homes next year than you do this year. and I've been talking about this for quite some time. I don't care if I still have as many properties because my commissions are great, are rising just as fast as, the amount of properties. My commissions are at such a high point at this point. I don't care if I sell less property. It's not going to affect my income, right? Like, I'm going to make for the same money or more next year than I did this year, just if I stay at the same pace. Like, and I don't really care because, like, at the end of the day, guys, I'm going to be honest. Like, I can sell 3 properties in a month and make 200 grand because my commissions are so high on every property. I don't need to sell hundreds of homes anymore. I'll sell, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 homes a month still on, it's not an average, but like, it just depends on where it is in the economy. Like, I've had some months that have, deals get pushed just like you guys do. But I'm telling you right now, if you're not going to adjust your price points, if you're not going to adjust the way you network, adjust the way you prospect, adjust the way you do everything in your business like I have over the last 18 months, where I've been able to take a 7-figure gross a year to a 7-figure net a year business very successfully, and I'm going to continuously, take that number and grow it and grow it and grow it each and every single year. This is not a time to go, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to wing it. It's not a time to do that. Everybody needs a coach. Go find somebody who works for you. If I work for you and you like my content, then schedule a call with me and maybe we're a good fit for you and maybe we're not. But the point is, let's have a conversation. Other than that, guys, listen, I hope you took a lot of notes from this video. I'd watch it over and over and over again. Make sure you implement each and every single thing that I'm telling you in this video, because this is exactly what I've been doing over the last 12 to 24 months, which has seen massive levels of success for me. And I want to see massive levels of success for you, whether you're a coaching student or not. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.